I want to do this.
Do that.
Would that be right if I had my hands over my mouth like this?
No.
We'll try it twice.
Wouldn't be any weirder than what we normally do.
Next up, Cambridge, MIT.
Hey everyone, my name is Matt Swerk. I'm a local real estate expert right here in Massachusetts with a Legacy Star team powered by Keller Williams Realty. Now, if this is the first time you've come here, welcome. Definitely want to subscribe to the channel, click that little bell so every time we make a new video, you're going to get notified. Those of you that have been watching and keep watching, thank you. We appreciate it. We have lots of fun here. We talk everything about Massachusetts and sometimes the surrounding communities. You have a lot of questions. We have a lot of answers. However you feel appropriate, reach out. We got new systems in place to get back to you, get the information you're looking for. When it comes to Massachusetts, just remember, we've always got your back. All right, so what was that little next stop? Cambridge, MIT. So I grew up on the Red Line. That's what you would always hear for the next stop when you go into Cambridge. Yeah, we're being goofy today, but what else is new? So we're talking Cambridge, Massachusetts, and we're going to do a very quick overview. This is definitely one of those videos that we could be going on for days and days and days. There's so much about Cambridge, and we just wanted to sprinkle a couple of our personal opinions in as far as what we like and maybe some things we don't really like about Cambridge, Massachusetts. Cambridge, big city, right next to Boston. Definitely, as I'm talking, it's bringing back all kinds of memories, some good and bad and indifferent ones. I think the first thing we got to talk about is, and my wife gets really upset when I say these things, but Cambridge is expensive, right? Massachusetts is expensive. You know, it's not as expensive to some places, very more expensive than other places, or much more expensive than other places. You know, we'll dive right into the real estate as far as we don't really talk a lot of real estate here. We'll go right into the real estate market, right? They've had a 8% value increase of value over the past year as far as the real estate is concerned. Not as high as other places in the country or here in Massachusetts, but you know, you want to move to Cambridge. Their average price point $945,000, right? To get into a one bedroom, you're looking at the rent is just shy of $3,000, so it's expensive to live there. And as far never mind just the cost as far as housing, let's go into the living and food costs. You're right next to Boston, and Cambridge is a city in itself. Awesome places to eat. However, you're paying Boston prices to also eat right next to Boston, right? So you're not going to escape that. So save your pennies for a rainy day if you're going to come move to Cambridge, or just come visit, because it can be expensive. You get a lot for your dollar over there as far as what's around, but that's the first thing we want to hit. All right, we're running with the same theme. Wicked shaka, as you might hear us say. The parking. And the traffic, right? So it just seems like it gets worse and worse and worse. Traveling south into Cambridge, you're going to take the Zakim Bridge. Absolutely beautiful bridge that they put up there. You'll really admire it as you sit bumper to bumper waiting for the traffic to move, right? Really cool structure, but be conscientious of that as you're traveling. And just driving, north of Cambridge is coming in. It doesn't matter which way you come, it's going to be challenging, right? So be prepared to give yourself extra time for maneuvering through the streets and then parking as well. This is where I'd like having a flashback. So, of course, I'm in real estate, and there's a registry of deeds there, one of the biggest ones in the state. If I have a closing at 9 o'clock, I have to get there at like 8:15 because I am just going in circles and circles and circles and circles. And I drive a pickup truck, so that's even more fun going into some of the parking spaces. They're looking to invest in more garages just because it can cost you a penny. It can cost you a pretty penny to park there, and then trying to find it can be just as maddening. So one of the things that we definitely recommend is using one of the parking apps, right? Like Spot Hero, because you can pay for parking right there. Don't have to worry about fishing through your pocket for change. I use that app when I'm going to, say I go to a Bruins game or I'm parking down at the Garden, right? And of course, as I'm cleaning up my phone, I was like, I should just delete this app. And I'm like, no, because the next time I got to pay for something, I got to download it, create the account, and do all that. So that's one of the fun apps that just sits in my phone for someday I'm going to use it, right? So that's something. Calling a spade the way it is, parking is tough and traffic stuff over there too. like I said, as far as amenities, Cambridge is an exciting place. There's always something going on, right? Especially around the holiday season. There's so many great restaurants. Craigie's, right? There's this great French restaurant. Tyler puts his flag in the ground, like best burger in the state. Tyler is a big man. He's 7.5 feet tall. No, I'm just kidding. He seems that big, right? But he knows food, right? So when he tells me, Matt, like that's the best burger, then I gotta take his word for it. So I haven't eaten there. Full disclaimer. One day I will go there. Maybe Tyler and I will take a little field trip, and he can buy me lunch. So just kidding, Tyler. So you can hear him laughing in the corner. He's like, I'm not buying you lunch, man. He would, right? You buy me lunch?
I buy you lunch.
Yes, he buy lunch. All right, perfect. The other thing that's great about Cambridge is nightlife, right? So we have, and I got to say it, but Boston, like I love you. However, our nightlife is pretty pathetic because everything closes early. You don't plan on getting out. If you plan on going out at 1:00 in the morning, like you might as well stay home because like things are not just opening up, like they're getting ready to close down pretty soon. So the only time that's really exciting for nightlife in Boston and surrounding areas is daylight savings, right? Because you get that extra hour. So you're like, woo! I get to stay out and dance a little more. I almost said drink, but dance, right? Because everyone just dances in the city. No one drinks. Family show. So the Middle East is a great club over there. I've spent many a day, I won't even say day, I've spent many a night over at the Middle East. Great open venue as far as the lower level for concerts, great acoustics down there. Definitely gets the feel of an old college basement where your feet stick into the ground, but it's a really fun place to see music, and they offer all kinds of things and great food there as well. Another thing that's really I love about Cambridge as far as things to do is you have Porter Square. You also have oh my gosh, what's the mall? The Cambridgeside Galleria, right? So the Cambridgeside Galleria is this really nice shopping facility. We did a video before about this like hidden garden in one of the buildings. And you got to go back through the videos to find that, right? But I know that's out there. So I just went off a mental tangent on that. We didn't have any notes on that one. So, but there's a lot of cool things there, and so definitely go check out the Cambridgeside Galleria. I mean, there's so many places to go see and check out, and like I said, with some of the colleges there's always some type of events, right? So if a little reference from the movie Annie. I'd bet you bottom dollar. Yeah, I don't know. I had to just say it. It was in my mind. So I bet you bottom dollar that you will find something to do like every night of the week if you're looking to do. If you Google things to do in Massachusetts, Cambridge is always going to be top of the list of some type of event they're doing, and they have legitimate stuff going on there all the time. So you want culture, you want entertainment, you want variety. Cambridge is definitely a great place to go. Another great thing as far as Cambridge is concerned is it's very walkable, right? A lot of people don't have cars because of all the amenities. As far as the train system, I was pausing because I was going to say the MBTA system, what we call it, the T. Lots of bus routes, only a couple stops. You can get right into Boston. Of course, you'll hear Cambridge, MIT, if you're on the red line, right? So I'm going to say that all day today. So I feel bad for people that are in my world today because they're going to be like, Matt, what were you doing? I'm making a video about Cambridge. Of course. Why would I be saying that? But it's very, very walkable, and you can get it's a big city. There's a lot of places to go, right? But it's very easy to get from one side to the other as long as you're not driving. And of course, if you're on the bus, you'll be affected by that. And of course, if there's delays on the train, you're going to be affected by that. But we're pretty good. Like the T has put a lot of money to making sure our train lines are moving, all the time. So see how excited I get about the improvements of the train? Because yes, that's got a lot of flack over the years. But there's so many great places to walk. You have the Somerville Community Path is very close to there. It's 0.7 miles as far as a nice walk. There's this little place called Spy Pond, even though it's not a pond. There's kind of like lakes and parks. Alewife Brook Greenway. You have the Lone Tree Hill. So there's all kinds of places that you can go to be outside. That's one thing that I'm going to go off on a tangent here, right? Like New York has oh my gosh, I'm not thinking Times Square. What's the giant park there?
Central Park.
Central Park, right? Yeah. So you can see how much time I spend there. Yeah. So anyway, so they have Central Park, that's that big giant area. We have the Emerald Necklace. I know this has nothing to do with Cambridge, but we do have a lot of places to go as far as parks and water and rivers and streams like that. So lions and tigers and bears don't mind, but you'll definitely find some cool places in Cambridge. And I think the other thing that we'll leave on a positive as far as Cambridge is concerned is the proximity to Boston. You know, the people love the fact that you have so many choices. You know, there's a lot right there. You know, and I think I just mentioned it's Somerville, right? Somerville's right there. You have Boston's right there. So you're close to so many different city lives. And again, as far as with our train station and be able to go anywhere, you know, there's a younger population in Cambridge due to some of the colleges there. So you know, it's a hodgepodge, great culture. You know, very easy to get in and out of, you know, to other cities that are borderline in there. So check out Cambridge. All right, so we just teased you with a couple little things as far as the pros and cons about Cambridge. You know, just this is one of those things, like definitely, you know, throw out some questions about Cambridge. We'd love to get back to you on it. You know, if you're going to move here, if you're going to relocate, you just want to come visit, or you're just trying to get a grasp of what's what, you know, reach out. You can text us, email, message. You pick a way. We'll get back to you. New systems in place to make it all happen. We're grateful for you checking out our channel. Just remember, when it comes to Massachusetts, we've always got your back.